Hello friends, Cyndi Williams, the Wanderlust CEO here. I know these messages are going out all over the world, and I'm not sure who needs to hear this today, but I may not know you, but I want you to know I have so much love for you, and I want to share some encouragement about how to get through this time. Not just how to get through it, but how to thrive through this time and getting out of that space that may feel uncomfortable or may feel like change or may feel like chaos. I know it is a challenging time for so many. So I want to share some words of encouragement and some of my favorite tools for getting from point A to point B and to help you thrive through this time. So I primarily work in the travel industry as a motivational speaker, and one of the things I always say is, I've been saying it for years, travel makes the world a little smaller, but it makes the love a little bigger. And why is that? Because when you travel, you learn about different cultures, you learn about different people, you learn that we are all, in a way, the same. We are different, and those differences should be celebrated, but at the core, we are all humans on this planet together, and it's our job to care for one another. It's our job to love on each other and help each other and lift each other up. So if there are those of us that are out there that know how to thrive through these times, it's our job to kind of reach out a hand and say, let me show you what works for me. Let me show you what I've been doing to kind of thrive through this process. And so I wanted to just take a few minutes to do that with you today. One of my favorite quotes is from a world teacher and thought leader, Thich Nhat Hanh, and he says, no mud, no lotus. Just 4 words. No mud, no lotus. What does that mean? The beautiful lotus flowers that you see. Everyone's seen a lotus flower, right? You cannot have the beautiful lotus flower unless you have the mud and the yuck and the chaos and the transformation that is happening just underneath the waterline, right? That's so key and so important to understand. Just think about that just for a second. Think about maybe a difficult time you've been through in your life in the past. Did you come out stronger? Did you come out wiser? Did you come out more capable with more skills? Chaos and change, or the mud, always means evolution. It always means evolving. It is the yuck that is creating the beautiful flower that is your life. So right now, I know for so many of you, it feels like a lot of change and a lot of chaos and a lot of yuck and a lot of mud, right? But the bigger the mud, the more lotuses. The bigger the chaos, the more transformation. The bigger the changes that you're going through, you're getting pushed to grow and to evolve and to change. So although you're in it right now, I want to invite you to reframe this time as a time of gardening for yourself, a time to sow new ideas, a time to plant new concepts, a time to decide what you want for the rest of your life and spend some time deciding on those things so they can evolve and they can grow and they can come out of this time, okay? So that's number 1, reframe how you're thinking about this time. I don't want you to just survive it. I want you to thrive through it. And reframing, starting to think about it a little bit differently. Ask yourself, instead of asking, why is this happening to me? Ask, why is this happening for me? What am I supposed to learn through this process? And just listen. Hear what the universe tells you. Hear what your higher self tells you when you get quiet, right? So let's talk a second about how you can change a few things in your daily practice to get you in a better vibration emotionally, and so you can think about this as a time of reframing or a time of gardening or a time of growing and evolving for your soul. The first thing I want you to do is to start a gratitude practice. So every morning when you wake up, I do this every morning. I have done it for years. I write down 3 things that I am grateful for and I spend time in that feeling of gratitude, whether it's for my health or my children or the weather, or even if there's craziness going on, there's always 3 things you can find to be grateful for. When you do that, you start to shift your vibration, and you bring your vibration up to a place where it can accept more abundance, gratitude, and things that you want to bring in your life, right? The opposite happens if you're focusing on lack or scarcity or the things that you don't have. Then you're going to get more of that. What you think about, you bring about. Your mind is like a super magnet. It's like an attractor. So if you spend time thinking about the negative, the chaos, the what you don't have, and what everybody else has that you don't have, or the challenge, or that, you know, it brings that more of that to you. That's not what you want. You want to flip the script on that. Focus on the things that you are grateful for, so more of those things can show up in your life. So that small change is just one tool that can shift literally your whole day and adjust your mindset for the whole day, okay? So start with that attitude of gratitude and doing that every morning. Just write down 3 things that you're grateful for and spend time thinking about those things. Just do it over your morning coffee or morning tea. That's what I do every day. Number 2, I want you to embrace self-care. There's never been more of an important time to really be taking care of yourself. So many of you watching may have family members that need you, children that need you, spouses that need you, brothers or sisters, or just you have to show up for yourself too, right? You can't pour from an empty vessel. Okay, so what does that mean? You have to take care of you so you can serve your family better, so you can serve your clients better, so you can help yourself get to whatever reality or whatever life you're trying to create for yourself. You will be more productive, I promise, if you take time to care for yourself. That can be as simple as time to read, taking a bubble bath, taking a few minutes every day, maybe, you know, get off social media for a few minutes and use that time to meditate. Whatever those things are that bring you joy. Maybe it's cooking, maybe it's crafting, maybe it's walking, maybe you haven't played tennis in a while. Whatever the things are that make you happy, figure out, plan them, schedule them just like you would schedule a doctor's appointment, and show up for yourself, right? You wouldn't just not show up to the doctor if it's on your calendar. Schedule your self-care time and make sure you commit to taking care of yourself. It will make you more productive, and it's also going to continue to lift that vibration to put you in a place where you can get into thriving instead of surviving, okay? Let's talk about number 3. Number 3 is I want you to get quiet and ask the big questions. So once you've done your attitude of gratitude practice, once you've done some self-care, you're feeling in that better state energetically, I want you to meditate or get quiet or pray or whatever resonates best for you, but get into that quiet space, and I want you to ask yourself, what would I do if I knew I couldn't fail? What would you do if you knew it wouldn't be a failure? And that, my friend, is how you should be spending the rest of your life. I'm not joking. You have to follow your passion. You have to do the things that bring you joy and lift your spirit. And if there's anything that this change and chaos has taught us, is that we can't depend necessarily on corporations, right? We can't depend on others for our life path. Michael Beckwith has a beautiful quote. He says, "You are not a human being having a spiritual experience. You are a spiritual being having a human experience." You are here, my friends, to learn and to grow. Your soul is here to evolve and to learn lessons and to experiment and to figure out how you are supposed to expand and grow. Maybe you're here to help others in their journey in some way. Maybe you're here to learn about your soul. We don't know those answers for each other, right? That's the difficult part. But if you really think about the fact that you're a spiritual being having a human experience, you're on planet Earth like it's a school, right? I want you to think about that for a second. If you're here to learn, it's not as scary. Just like when your kids go off to school and you're like, do a great job on that project. Your life is your project. You were responsible for it. So what do you want to do with the rest of your life? And what are you waiting for, right? Use this time to do 1 or 2 productive things every single day to work you towards that goal of the thing that you would do if you weren't afraid to fail. And once that energy of doing that and moving towards it, once you take those steps in that journey and in that space, the universe will rise up to meet you. Doors will open where they didn't open before. Things will start falling into line for you, because when you are moving towards your life's purpose, everything aligns. For those of you who feel anxiety and stress and you feel a rift about what you have to get up and do every day, it's because that's your soul trying to tell you you're not on the right path. It's trying to shift you back and forth and get you on your life path, because your life path feels like excitement every day. Your life path feels like, right? It feels like fulfillment. It feels like joy. It feels like I can't wait to get up every day, right? I spent so many years in this place, right? I got to the point where my husband thought I was having a heart attack. It would end up being a panic attack, but we went to the hospital. And from that day on, I started making changes until I shifted and really listened to what I was supposed to be doing and where I was supposed to be going, right? Following my passion. Now every day I'm like, can't wait to get up every day. It's like Christmas every day, right? But I know when you're in this place, guys, and especially this place through this year, this is not a bad thing though. It is a shift. It's a transformation. It's the mud before the lotus. It is the mud before the lotus, I promise you. So guys, I just want to encourage you to dig deep and thrive through this time. You got this. Listen, I wish you so much love, so much abundance. I wish you the world. Bye, guys.